going on, guys? This is Alex here from 814 EDC. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Time of me filming this, it's Friday. It's beautiful outside. It's no clouds in the sky. Just a really good, vibe going on, especially in western Pennsylvania. We've had like snow and like around freezing temperatures for the last week, so I'm loving that it's finally sunny out and the temperature's going to start rising back up because it's almost May. But yeah, guys, this is my full review, or I'm ready to do my full review of the Asher Knife Co. Centri 2.0. Now, it's definitely been over a month since I've gotten this knife, and I've been kind of slacking on doing my reviews of some knives that I've got in, a month or so ago. But I've just been getting so much, like some loaners in and some other, gift knives and stuff in, and I've just been slacking on the reviews, so I just wanted to get this out of the way and get my review out to you guys to get my full thoughts and everything so you guys can see it. Like I said, this is the Asher Knife Co. Centri 2.0. We're going to dive right into materials. So as you can see, it has this really nice harpoon blade. The blade steel is in S35 VN, which is nice. Has this really nice fuller cutout on both sides. Has the Asher Knife Co. logo right there, and then it says S35 VN right there. The blade is very thin behind the edge. Blade stock is pretty thin too, so this thing's a really good slicer. This is the 2.0, and I know with like the original run, the blade stocks and the grinds were a little bit thicker, so it didn't slice as well. But I didn't experience the first one, but I know Jake over at Bearded Gear did, and he got not this model, but the Nomad, which is basically the same knife but just with a drop point blade. And he noted that the newer blade grinds and everything were much better and they slice much better. And I've had no complaints with mine. It's been a great slicer, just a very usable blade. And like I said, I just love that harpoon style blade. It just looks really it's different, but I personally really like it. So then next up we have this nice gray G10 that's done very nicely, very grippy, but kind of right in the middle of being comfortable but having enough grippiness to it. We have a white G10 backspacer, which is nice. On the other side we do have a loop over style, pretty much deep carry. I would consider it deep carry. I think it looks really nice. Pocket clip that is reversible, which on the other side you do have a sort of a filler plate for it, which I really like that they threw that in there, because I think, whatever side you don't have the clip on, I think it just makes the knife look a little bit more streamlined. It looks a little bit more complete. So I'm glad that they decided to throw that in there and didn't just leave the cutout open. We are working with an Axis style lock here. I don't think that they have a name for it. It's just, an Axis style lock, but it works very well. Full steel liners with there's no skeletonization going on. The only cutouts on the liners are for the the access lock and the spring that they use. So other than that, there's no skeletonization going on. And this is running on, I believe, ceramic bearings, bearings of some sort, but I think they're ceramic. And I think that's pretty much everything. So if I don't think I said this yet, but Asher Knife Co. is based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which to me is very, it kind of hits home because I have grown up like an hour and a half-ish north of Pittsburgh my entire life. My aunt lived in Pittsburgh. I am a diehard, Steelers, Penguins, Pirates. Like I love Pittsburgh sports. And I've just grown to really like the city. I fully plan on, me and my girlfriend plan on living there within the next couple years as our home. And when I first heard about Asher as a company, it was right when they were brand new, and I was just like kind of shocked at first because I never realized that a company from Pittsburgh was making knives, especially like affordable, good-looking knives. And I was just super excited, and I didn't get around to buying one until a month and a half or so ago, but I'm glad I did because I think his name is Justin, the guy who runs Asher Knife Co. We've talked a few times on Instagram, not too much, but anytime I've had any interaction with him, he's just been really nice. Kevin left EDC talks about him all the time, how great of a guy he is. So I'm just happy to support, a good company that is just making good, fundamentally sound, reliable products out of a city that I love, and it's just it's sort of sentimental to me. So that's a big reason why I wanted to buy it and have one in the collection, just because they're from Pittsburgh, but they're also just really good looking knives. They're very utilitarian looking and they're very usable. So this is the only Asher knife that I have right now. I do plan on getting more. I just haven't, because they make the Nomad, which is this version, but with the drop point blade. They make the Silvo, I believe. They make a Nomad frame lock, which I was pretty interested in. It was super thin. They make the Flashback, which is their newest model they came out with, and it's their cheapest. And they make a couple other models, if I believe. The Classic, I believe, is one. And I know they're coming out with, he shared some designs of some new colors and I think some new models. So be on the lookout for that. I will leave a link to Asher's website and their Instagram down below, so go check them out. Yeah, guys, that's just kind of the backstory of why I wanted to get one of these. Just proudly representing the Pittsburgh area, and they're doing a damn good job at it. So yeah, I probably should have mentioned that before materials, but I just kind of got off track. So next we're going to jump into action, which the action on this thing is very, very good. So of course you do have an access style lock, which, like I said, and you have dual thumb studs on both sides, which I really like the thumb studs. I've had the bug out, which I do have the bug out. I have the Hogue Deca, and I have this. And I had the SOG Terminus XR, and those were all access style lock knives. And the thumb studs on these are, I think, the biggest, but I think they're the most comfortable. They're just rounded off at the top, and they have a little bit of kind of jimping. I don't know if you guys can pick this up, but they're kind of rounded off, but they do have a few steps of jimping. And to me, they're just very comfortable to use, either thumb flicking or middle finger flicking. I just like how big they are. At least to me, that's something that stuck out, sort of right away. So, like I said, access style lock with bearings. So, of course, you can, slow roll it out with your thumb, but that's boring, of course. You can thumb flick it, which is very, very good. And then you can middle finger flick the knife very, very well. In closing, now I have taken this knife apart once, I believe. So I have, and I flicked it a bunch, so it is worn in very, very well. But the nice thing about access style lock knives, especially on bearings, is you can get just a nice drop. I mean, the thing just drops like a guillotine. And you can get consistent action like this all the time. And it just makes it a very fun knife to fidget with in a very fun knife to play with. I'm getting my words all jumbled up today, guys. So yeah, action is very, very good. Now I do believe the Nomad and the Centri 1.0 had, I think they were on Teflon washers, which wouldn't, with my experience with Teflon, wouldn't make it as drop shutty. So the bearings are definitely a nice touch for having that, fall shut action. Now there is a hair of blade play, which I've experienced with access style lock knives. I tend to get a little bit of blade play because I have a little bit of blade play in my bug out, and that's just, I just have that experience with them. I try to tune it as best I can to kind of get that combination of having not as much blade play but still having that nice action, which I'm still, I still tune this once in a while just to see if I can fix it. So I'm not going to stop tuning it to see if I can, get the blade play to have no blade play, but I'm okay with a little bit of blade play. It's not very much, it's just like a hair, but I'm not as nitpicky as other guys with it. So, but yeah, just really, really good action, very fun to play with, just very nice. So next we're going to go over carry, which carry on this thing is, wait, do I do carry or ergos? Or I do ergos next. I normally have a list in front of me because, I tend to forget some things, and this is like the first video I've done in a while without it. So clearly I need my list of my little checkpoints that I go through. So we're going to go over ergos next, which ergos are very, very good. As you can see, this knife does have a little bit of a cutout for like a little, natural restriction point right here that I fall onto. I can get all 4 fingers on here very, very comfortably. The knife, it's just very neutral. If I'm being honest, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, so I'm just going to hit on it. The knife does look a little bit like a bug out, and I have a bug out right here. So, which I agree. I mean, there's definitely some similarities there. That's kind of one reason why I went with the Centri over the Nomad, because the Centri had the harpoon blade instead of the drop point. So I think it makes it look a lot different, but yeah. So, but it looking like a bug out is not a bad thing. The bug out has had tremendous success over the past 2.5, 3 years that it's since it's come out. So, and I think the bug out is just a very simplistic knife. So it's not hard. I don't think he meant to copy it by any means. It just kind of happened like that. But again, I think that's a good thing. So yeah, ergos are very, very good, left-handed or right-handed. The harpoon right here, the poon spoon as Kevin likes to call it, it gives my thumb a very, natural landing point, kind of ramp to fall into. And I just get, this knife is very, very comfortable. The pock clip is very, it doesn't stand very proud of the scale. It's very flush. So there's it doesn't really make it a hot spot. And yeah, it's a very comfortable knife. Ergos are just it's very neutral, so it makes it very comfortable. It's very nice to hold and get a very good grip on. I feel like I'm in control up here, so ergos are very, very good. Excuse me. So now we'll jump into carry. I was getting ahead of myself back then, but like I did state in the materials, we do have a deep carry loop over style pot clip that is, I would consider a deep carry. It goes pretty much to the butt end of the knife. Anything less than that, I probably wouldn't consider it deep carry, but it definitely rides deep enough for me. And it's nice because I think it's like the perfect length. Anything longer than that, I would probably complain because I don't like when pot clips are like super, super long. But yeah, it's a relatively thin knife. It's just very streamlined when it's in your pocket like this. Your hand's not going to hit on anything when it goes into your pocket to reach, like I keep my phone next to it. I'm not going to hit anything. There's no flipper tab or anything. It's all contoured and, just smoothed off very well. I will say that it is a little bit heavier than the bug out because these do have full steel liners. So that adds to the weight of it, but it's definitely not a heavy knife by any means. I think it's a good weight, kind of in that, small area of being kind of a good heaviness, but right before it gets to be too heavy. I don't know if I explained that very well, but yeah, I think this rides in the pocket very well. No complaints at all in the carry department. I guess the only thing I could say is if it was just the pocket clip was just moved up a little bit to be right at the butt end of the knife, but again, that's just me being nitpicky and just complaining about small things. But yeah, carry is very, very good. So next we're going to move on to my last category that I like to go over, which is price point. I tend to I just like to draw everything in and talk about the price of the knife and do I think it's worth it or not. You guys know, if you guys watch my videos before. So this knife comes in at, I believe, $85. I got mine using Kevin's code for 10% off, so I got mine for like $76. Do I think it's worth it at $85? I absolutely do. You are getting S35VN, which I know people were like, S35VN, it's not the best steel out there, but I have no personal complaints about it. I think it's a very good steel, and I think it's a very, very good steel at sub 100 even sub $90. You're getting, you know, I think they do S35VN on the they do it on the Nomad, the Century, and the Silvo. I think it's the Silvo. Now I'm having a brain fart. I think it's a Silvo. I could be wrong though, but I know their 3 models do carry S35VN. And I mean, you're getting a good blade steel. You're getting very nice G10 finished very nicely. A loop over style pot clip. You're getting the lefty and the righty carry, or the righty and the lefty carry. So all you lefties out there, aka Kevin, doesn't complain about you know, not having a reversible pot clip. You're getting, you know, you're supporting a smaller company that is making affordable products with good materials, I think. You're getting an Axis style lock, which is fun to fidget with. It's a very smooth knife. You're getting bearings, which is a plus too. So yeah, I think it's worth it at $85. I think it fits that sort of niche role of being between $75 and $100. There's a lot of knives right around, you know, between I'd say in that $40 to about $80 price range. Svivi kind of rules supreme with having knives at all ends of that spectrum. They're kind of the king of the budget realm, I think, I would say personally now. But I think this fills a role of being between that $75 to $100 price range very, very nicely. It's just a good knife, guys. I really, really enjoy it. I like having it in the collection. It's very fun to use. It's nice to carry, and you know, every time I have it in my pocket, it makes me happy to carry it just because I know I have like a piece of Pittsburgh in my pocket. Because again, guys, I can't express how much I love the city of Pittsburgh. It's just awesome, and I'm so happy that Asher started making knives. And I'm hoping one day that if they are able to, they come up with they have like a storefront, because I would love to go pop in and to check them out and to talk to the guys in person. I remember like back when I first heard about them, I think I was messaging. I think it was Justin, which I'm pretty sure that's his name. I'm gonna feel bad if it's not, but I think it's Justin. I messaged their Instagram and we were talking, and I said, you know, do you guys have a storefront? I think it was actually like a weekend before the week of the weekend I was gonna be in Pittsburgh or something, and I was like, yo, do you guys have like a storefront? I would love to pop in and get one. He's like, no, we just have a factory as of right now. So fingers crossed, maybe someday in the near future they are able to open a storefront somewhere, because I would love to stop in and just chat with the guys and to pick up a new model. So yeah, kind of to end my rambling about price point, I do think this knife is worth it. If you're interested, like I said, I'm going to leave a link to their website down below. And if you're looking at buying one, Kevin does have a code. It's Lefty10, LEFTY 10. Gets you 10% off on your order, which is nice because it makes a good budget knife even more cheaper, I guess you could say. So it comes in at a really, really good price point. And I'm very happy to have one in the collection, guys. So yeah, I'll quit my rambling. I'm getting to be about that time where you guys are going to be like, okay, shut up and just end the video. So yeah, this was my full review and full thoughts on the Asher Knife Co. Centri 2.0. Great knife, great company, great story behind it, and I'm very, very proud to have one in the collection, and I definitely am going to have more. So thanks, guys, for stopping in to watch my video. I hope you had a good day so far, and I hope you continue to have a good day, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.